Alright, this is week 10 of Draft League versus Dino. This is the last one in the regular season, and then we got playoffs. I made something a little different this time, wanted to try to have a little fun. I think I could have optimized a bit more. I made a relatively samey as I've always done team that did pretty well into this, but I decided, what the heck, let's do something a little different. Just waiting for the ready up here. I think the rules are right. But what I am doing, instead of my normal quick set shenanigans, because Dino has a nasty Grisada, is I'm going to try camping the back row for once. Including a Waddle that doesn't want to camp the back row. Alright, so this is very close to what I thought. I was expecting to see a squid. Is this Platypulse Yammoth counter serve, maybe? I don't care, I'm just gonna mash. Head empty. Because I could serve Tornado Ball, which is always safe, but I think this is the right play. So, alright, leading with the Dread Setter. Ricochet, cheer. So this is a walk forward double ricochet setup. I was expecting this with Grisada, no Grisada, but it's still the same walk forward ricochet cheer. This is what Tornado Ball would have been good for. If I hit that, I am going to take enough damage. Why does this do so much? Even with one cheer, it's still going to do a lot, but I can't even afford to, so let's get some rhythm up. Not gonna hit the ricochet. Now here's the question. The plan is Hawkeye, take this damage. It's gonna be telekinesis plus cheer plus ricochet. I don't think I can afford to switch in. This is my problem. Let's just run it and see how it goes. I was afraid of Grisada plus this lead. Lunoptra plus this lead is also obnoxious because Torch Pass, of course. Unless actually, no, there's no Torch Pass, which is an interesting call as well. We'll see how this goes. I do not win this damage race, though. I have calced it out. This is not good for me. Goes for missed. So, front row set counter. Let's find out. Oh wait, it doesn't matter because it's not, that's enough to make it wiped. I can double Calming Aura, which is pretty good. The question is, who's getting blocked? It's a 50-50. I can walk up raw counter, and I can bring the Lunoptra down to... Oh, it's still going to be able to telekinesis ricochet, so you know what? Is that predictable, though? Telekinesis ricochet, and then I can switch to Waddle, but then this just dies? Am I okay with that? Do I want that trade? What would I switch to? Because then I'd probably die in the front row as well. I'd have to stack or something, but if I switch to Waddle, then I can clear field. That's a little predictable, and then I get a Torch Pass. Let's just do a regularly scheduled programming here. Who gets blocked? Am I incorrect? I guessed wrong. Unfortunate. Now this is going to be telekinesis cheer ricochet for 7 million damage. We just need to keep going. Eventually we're just going to have to take the death, but that's fine. Threatening out the Lunoptra is pretty good too. I think we live this. Let's find out. We do, but we wipe, which is actually pretty awful. I didn't actually account for the wipe. Alright, that's really bad. We're off to a terrible start. I should have gone right to there. That would have been a really good wipe play. I mean, I can still double Calming Aura, but then if I walk in front and stack and then I swap in, That's still gonna kill me. I can't even walk this in front. That's really bad. It's gonna go for double kill. Calming Aura does not save me. If I Calming Aura Hawkeye, do I live? With 2 more boosts? Probably not. Well. Yep, I should have gone past to the Hog. Would have been a much better play. Alright, now he's positioning to get some rhythm in. Torch Pass and Drum Steamer. This is probably just here to finish off the Hog, right? There's really no other play for me. Actually, without any boosts, my counter's gonna kill. Oh, what if this is cheeky and it's Steamer? No, I think it's gonna be Drum. The Ricochet won't kill through Hawkeye. Oh, will it do enough to bring me down to Dread, though? What boost is that already? +3. +4. So it's already plus 150. That's gonna be plus 200. It was like 50 in the beginning, so that's gonna be another... do I need to cut my losses? You know what? Let's try it, just for fun. Just for fun. Oh, baby! Alright. I obviously get double blocked. This is probably not my best play, but you know what? It's funny. So we move you in front so we can safely switch out the Hog for something, and then switch the other side as well. Yeah, I should have gone for that front row counter on the Luna. That would have been a much better play. This isn't awful for me still. Who do I want to bring in first is the question. I don't know if it matters much. Probably bring in the Waddle second because I want to fish for the Torch Pass, then I want something that I can play Trap Chant. Steamer Serve. We'll probably want that on the Torch Passer. Alright, we can get rid of this rhythm now. Demolish is enough to kill. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. This is probably a switch. Do I scam the free point? That's greedy, though. And then I don't get rhythm down. I think I'd rather take rhythm out, to be honest, even if something comes in. Rather get the rhythm off this turn rather than leave the healing still up. No quick set on Waddle. I was debating on doing quick set on Waddle. I'll make use of Torch Pass, I believe. Yep, there's the Torch Pass. Tornado Ball, and then that brings it down to Yammoth and Shloom are basically forced to come in. Well, I can pair with whoever I want, and I want Mist in now? Oh, that's so much freaking damage, man. What the heck? Provoke, Torch Pass, Patience, Burnout, Rumble. It's good to have the field setters. I mean, everything's a field setter on this team, I guess. I don't know if I care about Nobtra. I just don't want to get cheered, but if I'm attacking that side, I can't get cheered, which means it's going to be a muscle memory, and then I can walk front. Well, it's going to be a Dreadful Mist muscle memory for a front row, and I don't want to take that. I'd rather take the other options, so we're going to Tornado Ball the Luna out. Yammoth comes in to lower it, Shloom comes in for that slot. This is going to be a Rumble Overpower most likely. onto the Waddle. Waddle's gonna walk forward and take that just fine. Do I want it to walk forward, or do I want to take it from the back row? And then torch pass to the back row. I don't want to torch pass yet, so or do I want to frazzle? Frazzle's actually not a bad option either. Lunoptra coming back in, and then I can Tornado Ball. Who do I want to frazzle though? Oh, so much friggin' torch pass. How much do I really get off of frazzle at this point? I could try to scam a free point, to be honest. Nope, I can't. You walk front. This is a decent clear field to earn. Clear field volley, and then tornado ball out. The Yammoth. Yep. Now, Tired Shloom in the front row. Dreadful Mist, Muscle Memory is not going to be enough to kill, and then I can Torch Pass after, which is probably why it's just going to target this other side. But if it is a front row Muscle Memory, it kills. Which does not kill there, and he's trying to weaken both sides to back me into a corner. I need to stall for 3 more turns. I also don't want to Torch Pass to the front row. I can just frazzle this side as well. I just don't make a lot of progress is the problem. Yep. That's gonna be a KO, I believe. Yep. You know what? I didn't calc the Dread and I really should have. I can't afford a Torch Pass now, so this goes for KO, right? Yeah, I wish I had Quick Set. I would have made so much more use of that to be able to... Well, I could Chant. That's cheeky. Burnout. Sneak Attack. I could Chant Sidewind to the back row. That's real cheeky. Is it predictable, though? Let's try it. Yeah, because I'm going to have 2 things up in the back. But I'll have my Demolipede pretty much out for the rest of the game. I mean, it's my only play, really. Yeah, of course. I forgot about that. 8 turns is much worse on a Chant than 4, so... It's probably going into the Waddle slot, but you never know. Yeah, I guess wrong on that early turn. If I KO'd that Lunoptra, I would have been able to make much better tempo. But also, I really needed Quick Set there. If I got the walk forward, if I got the Quick Set, I could stop the Lunoptra, get the front row, more damage. I'm just not doing enough damage. I'm trying to be cheeky, which is fine. But, yeah, I guess right. For whatever it's worth. Mine as well. Would be really good if you forgot about this, but Dino likes to take his time on turns, so I'm sure he'll see it and move something up to the front. Nope, cool. Alright. I mean, he's still repositioned, he's a lot healthier than I am. I'm not out of it, though. The problem is this Luna. Sneak Attack, Provoke, Torch Pass. Power Sap will help me get some health back. This Luna does so much damage, and that was one of the things that I built this team, is I realized I was a Lunopter victim. This thing did so much damage to me. Sneak, Provoke, Torch Pass. We attack not the Torch Passer, I guess. Oh, okay. Interesting decision. Can't get front row. Provoke is good. If I get this guy in, I get a set, and then set is good damage if I can, if it attacks the Maraptor. If it doesn't attack the Maraptor, I can still get like front row, I guess, Power Sap, but I gotta put some pressure on. I'm guessing this is gonna be Mist Freeze Ray. Going to sustain position. I don't want to quick stop though. Let's try it. Alright. Alright. How much does this do? Not enough, obviously. I can also just do Provoke Stomp, and I can switch this out. Stopping the Mist would be pretty good, and then I can bring in that, and then I also stop the... Well, I can't stop the boosting is the problem. Does this thing walk up? It does walk up, and it's not enough damage to kill on a walk up, unfortunately. If it was, I'd be in great position. Double Provoke Free Ball is almost tempting here. No more boosting from the front row. It'll allow me to live a turn. I could bring the Hog in. I mean, that's the only way I live a turn. It just kills otherwise. I think it has to be Double Provoke Free Ball or else it scales too much. I think it's my only play. This walks up, and then, yeah, this is the only way I survive, unless I am still, oh no, I'm still cooked. This just barely kills my Tort Anchor, which is really vexing. I don't think he wants to take the counter. I need to get this thing out of the front row in order to not die, so I think the Waddle actually needs to come in and then Torch Pass. And I'm going to guess that it's going to be on the Tort Anchor, but I could be totally wrong. Yep. We survive. All of the other options are really tempting. Oh no, the Provoke User comes in. No, the Provoke User's down. Can't be provoked. I need to get this out of here. It's too boosted. It can't block. And that'll help me stabilize a bit. Well, Torch Pass is then too obvious, right? So I can't Torch Pass, so it's got to be raw switch. I think it has to be exactly Tornado Ball on 2 Platypus. And then I have to guess right one more time. Ugh. The nerve of this guy. Alright. Steamer can't kill the Waddle. Muscle Memory kills either. Front row Muscle Memory does a lot of damage. I want to bring Tort Anchor back in. I think the Torch Pass is more obvious, so therefore we're going to swap this and let it die. Muscle Memory on the counter could be pretty good. Counter. It's not going to be enough because of double block. I mean, I think I lose eventually anyways. Oh, yep, you guessed right anyway. Alright, GG's to game 1. Guessed wrong on the first turn, kind of spiraled, and I didn't really have much comeback potential on this team. So it's going to be rough to see if I can adapt to that. But yeah, definitely leading Waddle Tornado Ball would have been a lot better. And then I could just walk up. Like, if I was doing this in normal play, I could have done Tornado Ball, walk up, and then set up Quick Set, and then, like, the Lunoptra does its thing, and then you clear field and you push it out, and yeah. I want to surf again. I want to surf with Waddle this time. This would have been a much better surf for game 1. Yeah, I was afraid of the Platypulse cheer. I forgot Lunoptra gets cheer just because I'm so used to seeing Muscle Memory, Torch Pass, Dread Mist, but Dino has like 3 Torch Pass users on his team. So anyways, we're gonna get you out of here. It's still not an awful play to walk it up. And if it switches back into the Pulse, then that's fine with me. Can't do much, which means it's a dreadful missed play. Alright, EMF. Now, here is the question. This is 100% of the time support move plus sneak attack to get to the front. I want to do as much damage as I can. See, this is also why the Unblockable Bird's just good. Do I just frazzle? And if I frazzle, then who do I frazzle? And then what is this target, right? Because this is going to go there. Frazzle stops from blocking, but I don't have a very good way of applying pressure because I don't have much damage on my team. I could try to bring in the counter. This is why I wish I had... Yeah, this is why I need Quick Set. Torch Pass didn't even do me anything. Yep, Quick Set would have been better. But I wanted to try Torch Pass for fun. It's fine though. Frazzle's still a good play here. That works. Provoke Sidewinder's pretty good. Forcing Shloom to the side, forcing a double volley if damage is desired, because that doesn't want damage. I need to control his defensive options more. Okay. This is a Ricochet for 7 million damage. I hate this friggin' Pulse, man. Rumble, which means I need more than 25 HP left, which is exactly only you, unless I want to just walk up and demolish the empty lane, but it's not very effective. You just don't have enough. I could do that and then clear a field and then Torch Pass or something. And then Lunoptra can't come in. Demolish does enough to... Yeah, why not? I don't even have to clear field, I can just walk up, demolish the front row, and then it has to switch. And then what is the switch if so? It's probably a Torch Pass user, right? To then Torch Pass back out. Provoke Shloom is probably the option. And then we Torch Pass. No, because it's going to provoke, so I can't. Oh, nope. Okay, it's that one, which means it cannot provoke. It's going to be probably a Rumble Burnout. And then we can Torch Pass to my Provoke user to then stop the Torch Pass. That's pretty good for me. And then we have Front Row Demolish spam on that slot is really good for me as well. This could also be a patience play. Yep, it's a patience play. That's fine. We kill into regardless, so it's forced to switch. That does no damage, so it's gotta be burnout on you. Frazzle's cheeky? I don't think it's the right play. This could even be stopped to set my own rhythm. This is probably Torch Pass to Platypus, right? It doesn't friggin' kill? I hate this stupid duck, man. This is always Torch Pass to Platypus. Oh wait, no, it can't Torch Pass, what am I saying? I don't want to get my own rhythm up, and then I can swap you out to like a hog, and hog will survive like anything from the front row. Let's do this. No patience, cool. All right. Ooh, okay. I take just enough to die. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate indeed. I can stack to be risk averse. That's not an awful play. The important thing is I want to stop Torch Pass. Now if I stack, I still die. If I'm raw guessing, I guess to switch out the Tort Anchor. That's so unfortunate. It's just enough. Alright, we guessed right. Torch Pass Platypus. Actually, I should have just stacked and let this thing die. That's what I should have done. That would have been way smarter. Give up the point here. Now I think I'm in the hole a bit. I wanted to leave that Provoke out there. Take a burnout, switch in, get the Provoke on the Shloom. That would have been way smarter. That's a huge misplay, actually. That's really, really bad. Unless I just cut my losses and drum, and then this thing just comes in and does a funny ricochet. I can also lay trap Sidewinder. And then I don't know where I really go from there. Yeah, I screwed myself. It's unfortunate. I didn't think that went through properly. Ooh, it's not the platypus. I thought it was going to be the platypus. This is probably a steamer, which means I can bring in Hog and do a boatload of damage. What if I frazzle? Okay. That's pretty okay for me. If Platypus comes in with Ricochet and no support, it's just Rumble, I can block and then counter and then survive. 1.5 times divided by 1.5, and then I kill. That's not an awful trade. This is probably just patience anyway. What if I counter, and then what if I swap in? Tort? No, because you can't bring in Tort. You know what? Let's try this. Okay. Yep. Now, Tort Anchor lives. Muscle Memory plus Dreadful Mist, which means that I can't provoke the Torch Passer. And then counter will make it go down to Dread. If I just block and double provoke, I lose tempo because then it gets the reset, and I need to stop the reset from happening. So I think this just has to be a Tort Anchor. Ooh, okay, interesting. That does kill. Does not kill through double block. Yeah, then muscle memory, because you saw that, so he's getting muscle memory on that slot next turn. What if he guesses wrong? What if I just don't stop? Alright. Okay, that's why. Muscle memory is just enough to kill, which is outstanding. That's kind of what I want. I think the question is... Burnout serve, even after Ticks of Dread, we're fine. I don't think I can afford to switch. If I go for block, then I can still get another attack off I can get, but then I'm deeper in the hole. I think I just move in front, lose the point. Switch out to Waddle. Do I switch to Waddle now? Switch to Waddle now. I feel like I made a couple of misplays along the way, but we're still okay. You still got the advantage, though. Okay. This is going to be a lot of unfortunate damage, but we can at least clear all of this up right now. And then set our own rhythm. It's going to obviously be a block. We just don't want double cheer. Oh, playing around Torch Pass is awful. I'm just trying to figure out at what point the other Torch Passer comes back in. Like, this isn't a bad turn to bring in Zyphosaur. Missed Burnout. Cut our losses in Torch Pass now. Oh, that does so much friggin' damage to Hog, though. I can't. Missed Burnout. 44. To like 30 something. I think I still die, which is what I want. And if I block, then I live. Oh, I don't live 2 though. I can't afford it. I think I can just clear field, reset drum. If I cut my losses, let it die, and walk up, get big damage on the front row, Zyphosaur's gonna come in, right? Now I can Torch Pass, and then I can provoke. Hog is the obvious answer. Set counter will obliterate everything. Even without a set, it just obliterates everything. If it Torch Passes, I just kill something else, so it can't Torch Pass. But I take a lot of chip, which is not ideal. Slow approach. This can't be patience. And if it stays in for burnout, that's fine. If this stays in steamers, if it goes for a torch pass and I don't go for kill, it's rough for me. Taking the point here is good, but then I have a lot of turns off. I could also Calming Aura instead of Provoke. Provoke to stop the torch pass, then also stop the drum. You know what? I want violence. I crave violence. I'm going for violence. Actually, I think... Oh yeah, no, because it's the 99 damage limit. Yeah, cool, die. Yeah, sick torch pass, bro. Alright, that is humongous. So now, this is almost certainly... This stays in, and then this becomes a sneak attack. And then I can probably Hawkeye, and then I stabilize, and that's a pretty good position for me. Yeah, that barely killed through Survivor. Front row ricochet, never mind. Okay. I'm willing to let this Tort Anchor go down. And if it targets the hog, then I absolutely kill it. So it's probably got to go for a Tort Anchor, and then I can do front row hog. What if I just swap? Take a lot of tempo? Do I need to play faster now? If I let this go down, I think it's still fine. Let's just Hawkeye. Yep, that's enough. That's fine. I do lose a little HP on the Hawkeye is the rough part. Front row counter is not enough to kill. That's really unfortunate. Actually, that's a read. I should have looked at the numbers a little more. Okay. Front row power sap is enough to kill, which is great for me. There's about to be back up. Power sap back row also kills. I could also just pass Calming Aura. That's also a good idea. Pass Calming Aura, power sap, get all my HP back, target this. If I am wrong, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. Lay trap's not bad here. I think I would rather Calming Aura though. I want to stay healthy, right? If I do this, and then I power sap, then I get all my health back. Yeah, I can't walk up anyway. Nice. Alright, that's really good for me. This is probably Lunoptra. And this is where things start to get really bad because my bench is low. We don't want to attack the Torch Pass user. It'll be a sneak attack, and with the healing with Hawkeye, Hawkeye brings me down to 30 plus 6, and then reduce the damage. 36, and then 2/3 of 33 is like 20 something. Yeah, I'll be fine. Okay. So we target what's going to be the Lunoptra. Alright. This is going to be Dreadful Mist into Sneak Attack 100% of the time. I could switch. What am I left? I only have one rhythm turn left. That's actually not a bad play. If I Hawkeye and it's target into Hog, I start to find myself in a rough patch. I can double lay trap, but and then that can't come back in. That's pretty good. And then I get a counter. Oh, that's a juicy counter too. And I can keep gunning down that side, then double A trap prevents the platypus from ever coming back in, so he has to sell 3 turns. Actually, I think that's a winning move. Oh, cheer? Is that enough? It is not. Okay. Counter does kill. This has to be exactly block onto hog. Power Sap is not enough from the front row to kill. It's only 60. Alright. Provoke user comes in. They're both up from the bench. That's a little annoying, but I'll have my Provoke user out. Oh, is there any way I can take out this Lunopter too? Hog's out for probably the rest of the game. The traps effectively stop Platypus from getting in by any means other than Torch Pass. That's gonna hurt. Oh! Alright. That being dead is pretty good for me. Provoke to stop the mist is pretty good. Stomp to get the rhythm going. Getting that in is kind of rough. I have both my clear field users, okay. That goes down to 1 HP. Set Power Sap. Steamer. Muscle Memory. Drum. If I walk to the front, set Power Sap, I might actually be able to win off of that. If it's not targeted, if it is targeted, then I get a reset. And I'd like to sack the point now. Do we go for greed? Does go for kill, okay. Muscle Memory means it can't Torch Pass. I forgot Muscle Memory's extra damage on serve. That was actually a really bad sack. Now, I am threatening a 50-50. It's Sidewinder kill. Or Stomp kill. I think we go for Sidewinder. Because if this walks forward and I survive one more turn, then I win by targeting the empty slot, unless it's a to the side, in which case it's another 50-50. This is Dreadful Mist Muscle Memory into this slot, which makes it wipe. I have no reason not to switch. Well, it can't be Dreadful Mist. Either way, I have no reason not to switch to this. Yep. Yes, that was a reason not to switch if I wanted to read that. If I Tornado Ball, can I get a checkmate here? It's like a Torch Pass. Could just bring in something healthy. Probably bring in the healthy, I'm just gonna gamble that... He's gonna switch, he's gonna Torch Pass instead of switch the empty slot. Cool. Alright, 1-1. Had to make a few greedy reads. This is a long set. Dino deciding who serves. He's doing a little thinking. Oh, if I served Waddle game 1. I mean, that was still a rough game, even with the proper serve, even with the proper setup. That was still a battle with a lot of reads on both sides. If I counter serve, do I just walk up Waddle, honestly? Walk up Waddle demo, serve me. This might be the first set. Hold on. Alright, I am serving one more time. I have a feeling this is going to be a trap, and it's going to be like Lunoptra Zyphosaur to bring in the Platypulse or something, but let's find out. I think Tornado Ball is still the safest serve. Just in case he goes with the same lead, and if he doesn't, I can adapt. It's really just Lunoptra and Platypulse being in with each other at the same time, because, right, if it's like the other one runs forward and not the Lunoptra, then like it's 50-50, it's a Ricochet, and then the Zyphosaur doesn't really get a whole lot, because it would just be like Drum. Okay, it is the same pairing. Well, we are going to do the same strategy, probably. Is there ever a world where we just let it walk forward and then just take like a weak Ricochet? I don't think so. With my Terrain Destroyers up, having Lunoptron isn't the end of the world. This is probably still just walk forward Waddle, right? This is Dreadful Mist into Muscle Memory. I frazzle? If I frazzle, how much does his muscle memory hurt? That hurts a lot. And then I can take 70 and dry pass. Well, I'm just gonna torch pass anyway, right? So why would it target this? Let's move up. I think it's safer. Yep, I was correct. $7 billion IQ read. And also I'd like to push the platypulse behind it if I can. Cool. Now it cannot ricochet. It can still double cheer, of course. Double cheer freeze rate not going to be nearly in as much. Or it could be missed again. If I bring in Hog, and then I counter the empty slot, I do a lot of damage, but I don't think it's enough. Double damage. No, the lobster just barely lives. It's a little obnoxious, unless that's like rounding down or something. I don't know if I want to torch pass just yet anyway. Let's do this. Cool. Clear field, and then demolish the empty lane. Gets the front ricochets, that actually kills everything. Do I hard read Tornado Ball? I don't want to push the Lunoptra out. I should have frazzled the duck. I'm going for the hardest friggin' read, man. Lunoptra moves to side. Yeah! That's a huge read. And then it just has to be double volley sneak attack, which gives me a free dry pass into... What do we do? 7 billion damage with a counter or something? Or do I get the rhythm pumping? This is provoke. It could be free ball. That'd be crazy, right? If this is provoke free ball. And then what? If it's provoke free ball, I'm kind of in a bad spot, right? I mean, this is gonna have to die anyways, if that's the case. I can just take the death? Nah, I'd rather... I'd rather go for the dry pass now if I can. Yep, it's provoke. Okay. I feel like I could have predicted that, but it's fine. This is probably a Sidewinder, right? Yeah, if I predicted that free ball, actually, I could have done way more. I'm a little foolish for not predicting that. I could have gotten way more ground and just swapped out the Waddle. Early sack's a little rough too, because I haven't built a whole lot of tempo, and the Sidewinder debuffing is not going to do me a whole lot. Guess I can move to back at least. This is probably Platypulse, right? Yeah. Okay. Telekinesis, freeze ray, or a muscle memory? This is a freeze ray serve. Am I cool with a freeze ray serve? I can also just frazzle. I could have gotten a double lay trap sidewinder. That would have been some really good tempo. Predicting the provoked free ball. We'll let the waddle go. As much as I would like to keep the funny positioning and everything. Oh, nice. That's really big. Clear field, tornado ball. Who comes into the front? Do I want the torch passer in? Well, I can just drive past to my provoke user. Does Shloom come in? Trick question, both torch passers are in. Sneak attack. It's another provoke. We all know where the provoke's going. Provoke sneak attack. Big boy counter is going to do a lot of damage, but not enough. It is enough to kill Platypus on a switch, though. Then that means Yammoth comes in to decrease the damage. What if I bring in you? I can always frazzle again, too. Oh. Just keep playing with positioning. The Zyphosaur can't do any damage. Get a guaranteed counter off. And then go for a 50-50 kill. I have options. Nice. Target same lane again. Not empty lane. The no mix-up mix-up. I've been doing a lot of no mix-up mix-ups though. Dino said you really are dedicated to destroying my action economy, huh? Nice. Just gotta keep guessing right. Go with the Zyphosaur. With the Provoke user gone, I can bring in Waddle for the Hog slot, and if the Waddle dies, then it is what it is. If the demo dies, then I can swap something for the Hog. It's going to swap something for the demo. It's going to be a guaranteed steamer onto the... Okay, let's think. Can't be Ricochet, gotta be Freeze Ray. I think it's gonna be Telekinesis Freeze Ray. I can Hawkeye. I'm kind of bleeding myself dry, but is this the point where I just need to go fast? Alright. Double Calming Aura is pretty good here. And now it's another mix-up. We're going to destroy the rhythm. Maybe that's the predictable mix-up. The important thing is that I position my Provoke user in time to stop the Torch Pass onto the Platypus if it goes for switch here. There's a big incentive to switch because it's obvious I'm going to try to break rhythm with Demolish, and because the Platypus is the key piece, but the Platypus going down isn't the end of the world because it's up for free anyways. However, I could also just go for another Sidewinder. Okay, nice. That's really good. Yep, stop the greedy play. Alright, this has to be... I mean, I guess it could be Lunoptera, but it's almost certainly going to be this to decrease my damage and then threaten Burnout Kill, but then I can Hawkeye again? Muscle Memory? I don't think I can Hawkeye against that. No, I can't Hawkeye against that, so maybe it is, but we're just going to ignore the Zyphosaur for as long as possible. There's a humongous problem, though, and the problem, it's not just that my Hog is dying, it's that my two field clearers are very, very weak right now. I'm predicting Rumble Steamer, maybe? I don't want to keep staying in. I'd like to get a Torch Pass off to someone. Or this could just be Drum Steamer. Either way, I'm not predicting Burnout Kill. It was Burnout Kill. Alright, that's a little unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. If I bring Hog back in, I get a counter, but it's not going to be enough to matter. Actually, I think counter does kill. No, it's not going to move forward. Zyphosaur's going to move forward. I just need my demo to be a little healthier. Now I can start rotating. Torch Pass Waddle has done me wonders in terms of forcing options, even though I've never clicked the button. Provoke doesn't get me a whole lot on the torch pass. It does stop the drum, which is nice, but I kind of want to set up my own drum, right, with the stomp. This is probably a patience this turn anyways. Ah, cheeky, cheeky. Oh my god. This terrorist, this absolute terrorist. This platypus is such a demon. I need to think about how I get ahead on this next turn. I need to think fast. I want to get Waddle in. I want to be able to torch pass. If Frazzle, if this is Ricochet onto that slot, then I can get it in, and then I can torch pass to the Hog, and then I can start trying to... It's not going to be able to stall. I need to Tornado Ball it out, though. Telekinesis Ricochet is enough. Okay. For rhythm, I don't know if it's worth it to... Yeah, it's definitely not. I can move forward to be a little tankier. Nice. That's good for me. This is Mist Memory. Provoke users back. This is actually, I'm in a really rough spot right now. What if I stack, walk in front of it, clear field, and then stomp, set my rhythm back up? And then I just torch pass after? No, it's not going to work very well. So I just need to let it die. If I'm wrong, then I get a muscle memory to the face. I think that's too risky. That would have been right. Two Rhythm, 5 Dread. Double Volley Power Sap isn't bad here. I do want to stop the setup though. I can clear field. I don't know if I want to get rid of Dread though. Does it work in my benefit here if I'm not setting Rhythm back up? I think I chant. Push the Lunoptra out. There's the Torch Pass. I feel like I should have read that actually. Telekinesis Freeze. Telekinesis Ricochet is going to be enough to put this onto death. Sneak Attack is also so much damage. I should have clear fielded. Freeze Ray will kill. If I go to there, then I get that, and then that's a big damage front row counter, but then I can't get this set. Then that's down for too many turns. I think I need to read correctly and push that out. Then I still would have had that next to it. That's a little obnoxious. Yeah, this is looking a little rough for me. I need to probably focus on clearing field. Yeah, now I'm kind of screwed. I'm running out of turns here. Okay. Freeze Ray. I only have one play. I've been whittled down. My clear field user wasn't able to heal the back line, wasn't able to get a torch pass off. I need to take out that platypus slot. I mean, I still would have had to deal with a Shaloom and an option next to each other. I think I need to focus on getting rid of the Dread. It's working against me more than with me just because my health is so much lower. I have to play more defensively on actions. I'm also wondering if I should have just gone for the torch pass. Yeah, now I'm kind of screwed, right? Oh, I do have a 50-50. Wait, I have a big 50-50. I have more than a 50-50. I can Sidewinder, or I can Demolish. And if I Demolish, the Lunoptra is the only one that doesn't die, so it's got to be a Lunoptra. Oh wait, nothing can walk forward. Yeah, this is good. If it walks forward, then it is exhausted. Then I get a free ball, and then I can switch. What the heck? Dread worked with me. GG's. Oh, if I didn't lose to Balamar, this would have been way more climactic. Bro rinsed me. That's what I get for playing safe and boring. That's why I didn't play safe and boring here, because I lost to safe and boring. Well, that was fun. Alright, well, that's the regular season done. Cannot wait for the playoffs, which I don't know if we're starting next week or if we're taking a break. But either way, thanks everyone for watching, who's ever been watching, who's ever been playing along, who's ever been following along. It's been a fun ride. I can't wait for the last few games. Wonder how far I'll make it there. Peace.